Hello, everybody, and welcome to nerdsonline.com. My name is Sean. This is Fred, and we've seen Star Wars.
Yes, we have.
Episode 7.
Yeah. Well,
to be clear.
Yeah.
I've seen the others, too. I watched Episode 3 in line for 7, because 3 was terrible.
I was going to say, you actually watched 3 while we were sitting there waiting.
Yeah, 2 was worse. 3 was definitely not good, though. 7 is good.
Yeah, 7 is good.
It's a switch. It's been like 30 years since a decent Star Wars movie's come out.
Sounds about right.
So I'm not saying it's perfect, but it was definitely good. So here's your way out. If you haven't seen Star Wars yet, I recommend you turn the video off because we're about to spoil the shit out of this thing.
Indeed, we are.
We're going to be going over major plot points, telling you guys our honest opinions of the movie, and yeah. So this is your last warning. Next sentence, we're spoiling shit. Oh my God, they kill Han Solo.
No!
That was crazy.
I'm sorry. No!
I knew that was coming because some asshole on Twitter decided to DM me telling me that happens.
Yeah.
But the whole movie is actually foreshadowing to that. Foreshadowing is the right word there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's foreshadowing to that moment. As far as new characters go, Rey is awesome. Finn is really funny. I like Finn a lot.
Yes.
He gets fucked up in that fight with Kylo Ren, though.
Yeah, he does.
Speaking of Kylo Ren, probably my new favorite character in Star Wars. Really? I know you're not nearly as big of a fan. I think he is awesome.
No, don't get me wrong. I like him a lot.
He's my boy right there.
But, you know, his character is... I need to know more about it. I need to know where he's really getting this rage from. They really didn't explain too much of his story, just that he's kind of this intimidating...
No, that's what I like. Is that I get to make up the story for Kylo in my head.
Yeah, I
Ben
guess.
is his name.
Yes. His real name.
His real name. Kylo, way cooler. If I was him and I was like, oh, you're gonna call me Kylo? Oh yeah, huge joke. You could call me Kylo now instead of Sean if you really want to. Yeah, I was a big fan. I'm a big fan of him for a couple of reasons. The fucked up lightsaber that he's using right here is fucking awesome.
Yeah. The
hilt. Everybody was like, oh, you're gonna cut your arm off. He uses it to actually stab Finn with in the movie, which I thought was gangster as fuck.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
And then like the fact that it's like not a pure lightsaber, like it's like it makes a different sound. It's like not it's not a consistent beam. It's not like Finn's lightsaber or Rey's lightsaber.
It makes me wonder as to if it's the crystal inside of it that's not perfect, or if it's the way that it is manipulating the crystal.
Yeah, because it's not. Well, he's not a Jedi. He was not. He was. So the story for Kylo so far that we know in the movie, he was trained by Luke Skywalker, and then went to the dark side.
Correct.
Incredibly powerful Jedi. Like the first scene with him, where they're like slaughtering the village, and the guy shoots him, and he just stops the bullet center, and
he stops the blaster bolt right in midair, and the guy the Poe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poe's just like walking past it as he's getting dragged along. He's like, damn, all right.
And he keeps it there the whole time.
Yeah, until the end of the scene.
Until the end of the scene, and then it like flies off. That was awesome.
Very good, yeah.
It just like it shows you like he is a really ridiculously powerful Jedi, and what I like about him is that he's struggling with the light side. Yeah. So like every Star Wars, so this movie is basically a recycled Star Wars movie. It is very similar to A New Hope. I've now spent 6 hours of my life watching Star Wars characters blow up a giant planet-destroying weapon.
Yeah, I mean...
Although the new Starkiller base is very cool.
It was very cool. It's a very good idea how they went about doing it, but the aspect in which...
Why did one of these motherfuckers get blown up half the movies that exist?
And it's the same way they destroy it every time.
You would have thought that somebody was like, yo, dude, why don't we just make it harder to destroy? I mean, it was a little bit harder.
They did. So, but the thing is that they underplayed it. So they went through and they're like, yeah, it has a fuel fraction of a second.
Yeah.
Replenishment or recharge on the shield.
Yeah.
And they're like, Finn's like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, that's why we're going into light speed. And you're like, and they're in. You're like, oh, well, one shot. All right, Han, we get it.
You're amazing. Yeah. That was a cool scene. I like how he's like, so we're going to approach our land at light speed. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. No, but I just mean like, they made it, there was a little bit more of a... It was a little bit like tougher than the Death Star because like Poe had to do that badass maneuver where he closes the X-wing doors and like turns sideways and flies in, and then he fucks everybody up and then turns sideways and flies back out. Yeah. That was cool. Poe is an awesome character.
I love Poe.
He's really
not
cool.
in the movie entirely long, but his character is awesome. Is really fucking cool.
And like we're gonna be jumping all around here. We're just gonna go to our favorite scenes, and then we'll give you an all-around impression.
Yeah.
There's a scene where Han is captured by Han, Finn, and Chewie are captured by the First Order, which is what they're called, right?
Yes.
And they're like being brought to the ship, and then like you see the Rebel Alliance, which whatever it's called. It's not the Rebels, it's something else. The Resistance.
Yeah.
Come in, and there's like this one pilot who just fucks everybody up. And you're like, man, I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, who the fuck is flying that plane? Because like Poe is a character you're introduced to at the beginning of the movie. Finn saves him from Kylo.
Yes.
And then, but it's really because Finn needs a way off of the destroyer that he's on, because he's like, his conscious. He can't do what the First Order wants him to do.
Yeah.
Which is like murder people.
He can't be a mindless drone, if you will.
I thought that was actually really cool.
Yeah, I like the storyline. Just they there's usually like defects once in a while, I guess, in the process.
Well, they're not clones; they're people. He was taken from his.
But that's
family.
what I mean is that they're defects, meaning that they're not exactly to the perfect way. Now it makes you wonder if that's going to happen again at some point.
I don't think they do it twice.
Yeah, but it's a little weird that it's one out of what 100 billion that apparently they have in this.
Yeah, I mean, like
series.
He just it wasn't for him. I mean, he was bred to kill people.
Yeah.
But then like his first battle after he was sanitation for a long time. He was a garbage man.
That part was awesome.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Okay, I'm gonna try to stop jumping around as much. So like he is in his first battle. It's a really great scene. It's a scene where like it just shows you how much of a bad guy Kylo is, because he comes and he just slaughters the whole village. Everybody's dead.
Yep.
And his I guess I don't know if it's his buddy or just the person in front of him gets shot. In front of Finn gets shot. And he has like blood on his hands. This is the first Star Wars movie we've seen blood.
I was gonna say, damn.
I was like, oh god, he's bleeding. And then he like reaches across his helmet, smears the blood on Finn's helmet.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a cool scene.
It was cool.
And it scared Finn. And then like later on when they're like just massacring this village, he doesn't shoot. He doesn't kill anybody.
Yeah. The entire squadron gives the kill command.
Yeah.
And he's the only one that does not shoot.
So and then like later on he finds Poe. What I thought was a great scene. He's like, I'm rescuing you because it's the right thing to do. And he's like, you need a pilot.
I need a pilot.
Man, the sound that TIE fighters make is so cool.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
so
the whole soundtrack, the sound effects, everything. The sound of this movie, see it in IMAX.
Yes, please. Don't do yourself a favor. Do not give this, I can't even think of the words. Do not give it the correct response it needs. Because watching it in IMAX 3D
see it in the way
perfect.
That you're supposed to see it.
Yes.
It was shot in IMAX 3D. Go see it in IMAX 3D, as I think what Fred was trying to say.
almost fucking watched it in 2D.
No, we didn't. We had tickets to 2D because one of our friends decided to buy tickets for us, but we refused to go watch it.
Because
it's supposed to be seen in IMAX 3D, and
exactly.
it's a huge difference. I don't actually know if it's a huge difference, but I'm guessing it's a huge difference. The sound was amazing in that movie.
Yes.
So anyway, they crash land onto Jakku. Yeah. Cool planet, I guess. The Millennium Falcon is there, which is like kind of strange.
Yeah.
It's just weird how stuff in Star Wars like kind of always works out, but I guess it's a movie.
That's
you're introduced to Rey, who I think is a very cool character.
Indeed.
Rey actually is a Jedi. Like I said, spoilers.
Well, she is not a Jedi.
Well, she is strong with the Force.
Yes, she has the ability to use the Force.
Very strong with the Force.
Yeah, for a first-time user, it's kind of surprising.
Like, she finds out that she has the Force, and then 5 minutes later is using, like, one of the most advanced techniques, the Jedi Mind Trick. Which is, like, Jedi Mind Trick is, like, one of the most advanced techniques, right? I'm not wrong,
no,
right?
I'm pretty sure the Mind Trick is
like super
far
advanced.
along in there. Yeah, like, usually you start off with, like, push, pull, and then it's kind of like, after that.
I just remember in this video games, it was hard to get.
Yeah, but no, it's not only just in the video games, but like you never saw. I don't remember Anakin using it.
Anakin would just break your fucking neck.
Yeah, but
that's why
you see Obi-Wan using it, you see Qui-Gon Jinn using it. Like it seemed that it was a higher level. That's kind of how they made it look.
So she's like 5 minutes later, she's like, "Hey, take these things off," and like it wasn't her first try; it was her second try.
Yeah,
but
it's
as you watch the movie, it's like Kylo is so strong, and it's like Kylo is very, very easily the strongest person we've ever seen with the Force, because we haven't seen Luke use his Force powers yet. He's he's I'm not gonna say as strong as Yoda was, obviously, but like insanely strong with the Force. Like he is very violent when he uses it, and it's very cool to see. But then like out of nowhere, like Rey is just like stronger than him.
Yeah, that whole.
That was the only thing. I was like,
yeah, it's a little bit odd.
Like this guy's been training. He trained with Luke Skywalker. He's been training since he was a little kid. He's been in the dark side for God knows how many years now. Because Luke disappeared.
We don't know.
So he's been fucking killing people, fighting with a lightsaber, and then, like 5 minutes after Rey, or like as Rey is discovering she has a Force power, she stops his ability to read her mind, reads his mind.
Yeah.
Which is even crazier.
Yeah, I was like, all right.
And then beats the shit out of him in a lightsaber fight.
Yeah, I mean, very, very interesting how everything went through.
That was like almost like I was the only time in the movie where I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to make it so that like
she must be the most powerful Jedi or she's going to become the most powerful Jedi of all time.
The only thing you could really think of is the aspect in which she's probably going to be really strong with the Force when she's trained.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kylo gets his fucking ass handed to him. And
and
you'd assume, like,
man.
Just for a second, I thought JJ was gonna pull a Lucas and kill Kylo in the first movie.
I thought so too, and I was gonna be a mistake.
I was gonna be really upset because I think that his voice is awesome, his presence is awesome, his costume is awesome. Yeah, he looks like a little bitch with his mask on.
Just keep your mask on.
Sorry, whoever the actor that plays him. I just called you a little bitch.
But you know, like your character was badass and intimidating. Then you take your mask off. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm not scared of you anymore. And now all of a sudden, I'm like, I could take that guy in a fight.
I think I got him.
So I think that he's a great villain, but like, I was almost hoping that they were gonna go Empire with it and have the bad guys win in the first movie. Like, I didn't want to see because we know that this is a trilogy. I thought it would have been more interesting if the first movie ends and like Rey gets her arm, maybe not her arm chopped off, but like because everybody gets their arm chopped off.
I know.
Everybody fucking it's like whoever makes hands in that universe. Business is booming. He's killing it. He is killing it. I wonder how fucked up Finn's gonna be because like Finn gets a lightsaber to the spinal cord.
Yeah, he gets. I don't know.
He gets like slashed down his spine.
Yeah, it gets slashed in the back. He gets stabbed in the shoulder.
He gets fucked up.
Fucked up.
Props to Finn for fighting him. Anyway,
yeah, man. Balls.
So like, yeah, like I just feel like it was weird to have the good guys win so absolutely because they kicked their ass.
And on top of that, it's like they're like half our squadron is dead, and they're like, well, we still managed to beat the mission.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the good guys have to win, but like they don't have to in Star Wars. We have 6 movies coming out in the next 6 years.
Yeah, I mean,
the bad guys can win some.
Tell us a full story.
Yeah,
and that's what I want. I don't want us to just have the good guy win every time.
We have the revenge plot coming up because like Kylo does survive the movie. You would think he might. I mean, he has to. But he's not killed. The fact that he was not killed on screen means that he survived because he was on the planet when it exploded.
Yeah.
Well, but the guy was sent to go get him afterwards.
Yeah, and on top of that, Snoke was like,
"Go get him.
Bring him to me, and I'm gonna finish his training."
Yeah. So like, I guess like, it's just weird to me that no training Rey is so much like Rey annihilates him. And it's a close fight up until he says the word Force.
Yeah, and she's like,
and then all of a sudden she goes into like deep meditation for a minute, and then all of a sudden like learns how to fucking fight with a lightsaber.
So my entire thought that time is like, because I keep panning over to him, and I'm just like, dude, stop, push her.
Yeah,
you're on a cliff. You could kill her. Just kick her. Something.
You have like shown nothing but like unbelievable. Like when he like chokes the guy, and he like rips him across the room. You're like, oh my god. Yeah.
Violent man, and then he's like, oh no.
He went all lip dick on her.
Oh.
Like I said, maybe like I don't understand the ways of the Force. Obviously, I'm just a mere podcaster, but I just feel like that was a weird scene. It would, and like I'm clearly nitpicking. I loved the movie. I think it's the second best Star Wars movie. I think it's my favorite. It's my second favorite. Empire is my favorite. Yeah, I like where the bad guys win.
That guy, it was an interesting story when they told it, and now like this one,
this is clear cut. This is New Hope too.
Yeah, it's like this is a great movie. I would even say like the way it's shot, the way
I'd give it like an 8.5, 8, 9. I wouldn't go as far as 9.
No.
I think that's reserved for Empire.
If you go through and you don't recycle the same material as you did in 30 years ago.
Like I said, 6 hours of my life watching these motherfuckers blow up.
They were good.
Nope. This bitch. Nope. This motherfucker right here. I hope you guys enjoy the we are. It took no setup to do this, but I hope you like. I added a little flair.
I'm now picking Han's nose.
Yeah, and so everything that Han does in this movie is great.
Yes, right
up until the death scene.
Yeah, but it was something that was kind of foreshadowed. Everything that happened to Han was just foreshadowed the entire time. Like, it looks like him and almost Luke's presence are being replaced in this movie.
Yeah, but Luke is going to serve a larger purpose.
He will, but I think
He'll
he's going
have
to
to
serve
train
a
Rey.
different purpose than he did in the original movies.
Well, yeah, of course.
So, you know,
he's not the hero.
Yeah,
Rey
but
is.
the interactions between Han and Luke in the original movies, I think, is going to be replaced by Finn and Rey.
It's going to make... I'm sad that we're not going to see Han see Luke.
Yeah.
It just dawned on me. We're never going to get another scene with... Like,
it sucks.
Never going to get another scene with this.
It sucks, but Ford has wanted this for so long.
Yeah, Ford wanted to go out like that. Yeah, and I get it.
He wanted to go out in the original trilogy.
Yeah, he wanted to go out in Jedi. He wanted him to sacrifice himself.
Yeah, and I mean, it was for a good purpose in this one. He tried to bring his son back. But.
I just don't... Yeah, Kylo is... I think we don't know if we even said that Kylo is Han's son.
Whoops.
So he approaches his son on, like... And I was like, I knew that he was going to die. But if you didn't know he was going to die, that setup is so fucking blatantly obvious.
Yeah, it really
like, it is. They're on a long bridge. Everybody happens in every main character.
Railings on said bridge.
Every main character in the movie happens to be in the same spot at the same time. And watching them, I'm like, oh man, Han is fucked here. No. I just wish it would have been a cooler death. Like I understand, like, it's a big moment for Kylo. Kylo struggles with the fact that he's still, the light side is calling to him. He knows that he has Vader in him. He knows that he has Luke in him, because they're family.
Yes.
You look at that scene, and it's just weird for me how Han goes out not heroically. Like, if I wanted Han to go out, I want Han to go out like the way Bruce Willis went out in Armageddon. Like him staying on the fucking Starkiller planet, sacrificing himself.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen.
That would have been way better.
Yeah, and like
I know Kylo has to kill him.
Yeah, defending himself against Kylo as he's trying to convince him to come to the light side or whatever.
But he won't hurt his son.
Yeah, and but he's he's just avoiding it. That's what I was kind of expecting. And then when that happened, I was just like, I get it.
I mean, he just pointed the lightsaber on it and turned it on.
Yeah, but like, it needed to be told that way. Because it lets you know that Kylo he's trying to sever all ties with the light.
He wants to be Vader.
He wants to be his grandfather.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. And, him going through and doing that is just further progressing his character for the rest of the movies. So.
Yeah, I mean, we have what I think we have here right now with this Star Wars trilogy is a great arc for the villain. Yes. The villain is the most interesting character in the movie for me. I think Kylo is the most interesting character. That's why I like him so much. Yeah. I think Kylo is, like I said before, aesthetically, he's everything I want. Yeah. When he keeps his mask on, he's everything I want. Yeah. His lightsaber is cool. I hope he keeps that for the whole movie, or the whole trilogy. Unless he gets a more badass one, which I don't
know how you make it any more badass. Yeah. I think it was really good the way it was.
Like, I would be upset if he went back to a traditional lightsaber when it matches character.
Yeah, no. I think that they're going to probably want to keep it that way. But we'll see.
And then, like, I like the struggle with the light side. I like that he loves Vader. Because, like, if you're a bad guy, Vader is, like, the top of the cool list. Yeah. Like, he's the bad motherfucker. And, like, he doesn't know. See, the thing is that people don't know that Vader went good at the end of the trilogies.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know that his father turned. Yes, or his grandfather turned.
Yeah, so, I mean, you go through and you look at that, and he's basically idealizing his grandfather. And wants to be like him. He looks at his actually like his decrepit helmet.
Burnt helmet.
To go through and like looks for inspiration. He's like, please help me. Like let me gain more power with the dark side.
Here's something that I liked. The world feels lived in, but not over lived in. So like I feel like you can see in the background like the destroyers, the TIE fighters, all these destroyed ships in the background on Jakku, which was really cool. I like that a lot. I like how Rey is like pillaging a destroyer. Yeah, I think that's really cool because it's a universe that's been in conflict for like hundreds of years at this point.
Well, did you also catch that when it was when they were in the Millennium Falcon and Phasma was chasing them, and the first TIE fighter gets shot down, that you just see a group of people go up and they're starting to scavenge immediately.
That's cool.
You gotta live, man, and that's how it happens.
Here's something I didn't like: Phasma not in the movie enough.
Yeah,
I think Phasma should have had a bigger role. I hope that she has a bigger role in the next movie, considering she was like half of her fucking on-screen appearance was in the trailer.
Yeah,
almost every scene actually that she was in, with the exception of her last scene, is in the trailers.
We have to we don't know what
we don't know anything about her. I want to know about. I want a movie about Phasma. She's fucking awesome.
The fact that I don't know if they killed her off though. I can't imagine.
I can't imagine someone who's on the poster gets killed off by getting shoved in a garbage compactor. Yeah. What a weak ass way to go. You're on the poster.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that she stays because she's an interesting character. I'd like to see how it develops. I think she's an interesting character.
She has cool armor. That's really the only thing we know.
Yeah, I mean, she seems like she can be an interesting character is what I should say because she can go through and she actually is a commander for the stormtroopers rather than going through and just being like another one of these admirals or whatever it might be. So they always go with those people. It's interesting to see a commander of the stormtroopers like that.
Yeah, like I said, as I go through, there's like that 6 scene where they're like the first time they use the Star Killer. Yeah. So like the Star Killer, what it does is it's like it's a system destroyer instead of a planet destroyer, which I was like, if this is another fucking thing that blows up a planet, this is stupid. Yeah. But no, it shoots out a giant burst. They suck up a sun, first of all, which is cool. And it shoots out a burst that splits into fragments and blows up planets as they come by. So it blows up like 10 planets in one shot.
I think that's really cool.
The first scene where they do that with the like pretty much like textbook Nazi, like everybody's in lines and he gives like this hateful speech and then they turn around and it's like they're blowing up the Senate planets. Yeah, I'm like that's fucking awesome. That whole scene is really cool.
Powerful. Yeah.
The imagery of this movie is incredible. Like it really, like it's shot well. There's one shot in the movie that bothered me. I thought it looked terrible.
Which one was that?
The last shot of the movie, where she walks up. So she walks up to Luke, and it's like the cool scene where she hands the lightsaber.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're talking about the one where they're?
Oh man, that was like on a drone or something, and it was like shot on my iPhone. That looked terrible. And like I get it. I know that somebody out there is gonna be like, no, it was a really artsy shot. And it looked bad. No, it looked bad, man.
And let me say that this movie in general was shot very well.
Yeah, I mean, almost every scene is amazing.
Yeah, the way they put the interactions in with these scenes and the sounds that go with them, unbelievable. Just that one I can agree with you is a little unnecessary.
Because you knew exactly what scene I was talking about as soon as I started talking about it.
I was just like, let me make sure that you are. And yeah, it was that one. I was like, that's an unnecessary shot. It was literally for like 5 seconds. Yeah. And it literally didn't do anything for the movie.
No, it didn't.
No. They could have done like a top-down shot.
Yeah, I mean, they could have done a shot from inside Luke's crotch and it would have looked better. They could have like shot it on an iPhone 3 and that shit would have looked better. Other than that, like it was beautifully shot. Every scene with the X-wings and the TIE fighters were fucking awesome. Yeah, like those scenes looked great, and like X-wings looked powerful. Yeah, like for that scene where he's like, where Poe is like bearing down on a TIE fighter, and it just like shoots him to bits. He doesn't like blow him up. He like blows off each piece of his wing. I'm like, because it's like shooting from the 4 guns. I'm so like, good. That's cool.
You know, that's the biggest thing is that like. The development that you've seen with these fights with between the TIE fighters and the X-wings has always, you feel like gotten better. But this one is like,
it's a huge jump.
I can't wait to see some of these big ass battles in the next couple movies.
Yeah, that's a huge jump because like before it was almost like background shit. Yeah, and now it's like that's like a dead center that looked fucking awesome.
Yeah, and the even though it is obviously CG. It looks somewhat
top
realistic.
Tier.
Yeah, like it looks really good. And I'd say that actually for almost the entire
a lot of the movie didn't have CG. There was like almost no CG in that movie at all.
That's one
the aliens were in costume.
That's what I was gonna say is I love that.
Yeah, it looked way
it
better.
Makes so much more of a different.
That's a shot it on film.
Another good thing.
It's way more expensive.
It's worth it. I mean, that movie was beautifully shot. All the scenes, everything was done incredibly well. It's just that one shot at the end.
Yeah, one shot at the end was bad.
It was just
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Chewie gets hurt in the movie. That made me sad. I don't like when Chewie gets hurt. BB-8's awesome. I like BB-8 a lot, even though he's like a character with no lines. It's just
BB-8 is he's literally adorable. Just for the children.
He's adorable.
But he hit me in the heart.
Yeah, I like BB-8 a lot. It was cool to see 3PO. It was cool to see all the other characters. Leia was a little underwhelming. Yeah, but like she just wasn't written that well. Like she just didn't have a lot. She wasn't that important when it comes down to it.
No, it really wasn't. She was in there for a few like important shots, and she just said a few important lines to Han. That was about it.
It's funny because like we were talking with these guys in line, and they were like, I wouldn't be shocked if Luke was in the movie for less than 20 minutes. And I was like, I wouldn't be shocked if Luke was in maybe one scene. Yeah, and it was like a minute long.
That's what I felt like it was going to be.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like it was going to be something that you just get a sneak peek.
Because the movie's not about him.
No.
The movie's about discovering your main characters, discovering your villain.
It was the entire point of the movie was to try to find Luke. but it was the aspect in which building up these characters up until that point, you know. So I liked it though, you know, all in all.
Yeah, I think it's like I said, nothing will make you appreciate this. If you haven't already seen it, well, you have to have seen the movie if you're watching this. Yeah. But if you're gonna go see it again, go watch the second trilogy. Go watch the prequels, and then go watch this because man, will you appreciate the fuck out of this movie. Because I watched episode 2 yesterday, which was the worst movie I've ever seen, and then I watched episode 3, which was better. But I was watching it twice as fast.
Yeah, because
to get through the movie.
Get it done.
I was like, because this movie was not good. It wasn't good either. And Hayden Christensen really was like fucking awful.
Yeah.
But then I watched episode 7, and I'm like, oh, I remember why I like Star Wars. Because I do like Star Wars. But I only like the original trilogy.
Universe is awesome there. I mean, they have so much they can work with now, especially because they kind of basically reboot the series. Not exactly. They still acknowledge it, but. You know,
they do the right thing, which is they build off the lore.
Yeah.
And that's the coolest part about Star Wars is the lore. The universe itself is the coolest part. Han is gone, R.I.P. Han, but
Rip.
It's not his legend is still there.
Absolutely.
You know, and like the Falcon is still there, and Chewie is still there for now. I don't know if Chewie will survive, but
the way that they like let Finn and Rey know like how everything is real and like how all
that was cool.
happened.
That scene is really cool. Where he's like,
really powerful.
It's real.
Real
all
powerful.
Of it's real. The light side, the dark side, all of it.
The Force, all of it's real, and you're like, that's
awesome.
A
great scene. It's a great line.
Yeah, because I mean, it was obviously in the.
It was in the trailer, but like that was like one of those thing in the trailer where it's like, no mention of midichlorians.
Yep. Nope. Just the Force is around us.
Yeah, the Force is in all living things. Like I think that character was cool. They had that character with like the big eyes.
Yeah.
And she goes to Rey. And she's like, I've seen a lot of things, and I can see the Force in you. And then she's like, the Force is all around us. And I was like, that's how I like to think of the Force. It's like something
not some bullshit.
No, it's not
chemical in your body.
No, it's
that shit.
You know, your faith in the Force and your ability to use it. The Force chooses the people that can use it, which is cool.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably sums it up. Anything else, and we're talking it to death.
Yeah.
Go see Star Wars. It's amazing.
Do it. It's so good. You won't regret it.
If you like Star Wars, even if you've never seen a Star Wars movie, like you don't really need to know. You know about as much as you knew when you're going into 4.
Yeah.
So
you don't need to know too much because they'll explain a lot of the things over again, and it's a great film. Especially if you haven't seen the original trilogy, it's going to be so much better.
Yeah, because like I said, I still think Empire's the best movie.
Yeah,
but
go watch the original trilogy. I'm not telling you not to, but you'll like this movie maybe a little bit more than the people that have watched it, just because, like I said, it's just recycled material.
It really is, and I like my summing it up.
Yes.
Phenomenal villain, goes out like a bitch. I hope that he comes back way better.
Yeah, I think he will.
And I think he will too. And like I said, it's not. I'm just glad they didn't Darth Maul him. If they'd killed him, I would have been like, I would have sent an angry tweet. But I'm glad because, like I said, cool. Like,
did you want to talk about Snoke at all? Before we
he's kind of irrelevant. He's the character that turns Kylo to the dark side.
Yeah, he's
like the Palpatine.
Yeah, he's like the Emperor this time around.
I mean, we don't. Yeah, he's called Supreme Leader. We really don't know much about him, other than that he likes.
We don't know if he's tiny or if he's really big.
Yeah,
we don't know yet.
He's a giant hologram in the movie,
but
he's not very interesting to me at all.
No, you don't think
so? I think Kylo's way cooler.
I mean, he's cooler, but like just this.
I want that other guy that Kylo's always with to go and like die.
Yeah,
that guy's annoying as fuck.
That Admiral needs to
His face is annoying. I don't like his face.
Yeah, no, but I'm interested to see.
Oh, I like the tantrums that Kylo
has,
where he would just start fucking chopping shit up with that. See, and then like classic Star Wars humor, where like Rey escapes and he starts like chopping the chair with the lightsaber. And the stormtroopers are walking over like, whoop, and they just turn around and walk the other way.
Yeah.
I was like, that's something we didn't really touch on at all. The comedy is like great. It's like campy,
subtle, but it's good.
There are some very serious moments in that movie.
Yeah,
with Kylo, like specifically, he's very serious because he's the dark side.
Yeah,
but man, like even when Pope gets captured by him, he's like, "Do you talk or do I talk? I don't know. I don't know how this goes." I was like, "It's really good.
Very, very good comedy usage."
Yeah, and then Han is hilarious in it. Finn is going to be the guy who takes that role.
Yeah, he's going to take the comic relief
He's going to be the funny guy. It's weird that Han's dead. You know,
it is. It's certainly weird. That's why I think they need 2 characters to kind of replace him.
No, because I think that. Yeah, I mean they just split him because like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is that like Finn is the comic relief portion of him,
and then Rey is like the badass part of him.
Yeah, yeah. So
and like Chewie's still around, which is like essential. He's part of Han.
Yes, he is.
Han
will live through Chewie.
I like how he picked up Chewie's gun. He was like,
Yeah,
I like this. I'm trying to think of any other fight scenes. I think the fight scene with Kylo, and Finn is actually really cool too.
It is.
Where like you like he knows he's gonna lose.
Yeah.
But like he fights anyway, which is like noble.
Yeah. The one thing I will say is I am interested with the character progression of Kylo because it's very apprentice-like the way he lets his anger burst out of him.
Well, I mean he's Sith. He's trying to it's like since he's not full bore Sith, he's like trying to like psych himself up with the anger, which is why he throws tantrums. It's just like he's passionate. He's letting his passion flow.
But I would like to see how that progresses because I don't think that's going to continue.
I think he'll always be a rageful character.
Where do you
think the story goes from here?
I mean, you're going to see Kylo go. He's going to train with the Supreme Commander or Supreme Leader. So he's going to get stronger than he is now, which is going to be impressive. If he gets any more Force ability that is stronger than what he has right now.
I want to see him like do something crazy with the Force. Like I want to see him pull down a ship as he's flying away or something.
Very well could have.
Because like the problem that I think they're going to run to is like a power ceiling. Because like so Luke has to be stronger than Kylo Ren right now.
At the moment,
you would
probably,
think has to be because like Rey is stronger than him.
Yeah. And
so
Luke has 40 years of training the Force behind him.
Yeah, so Luke has to be stronger than him, right?
Yeah.
Rey is pretty much either as strong or stronger than Kylo. Kylo has to come back and like he has to make huge improvements.
Yeah.
And he's already really strong.
Yeah.
Like you watch him and you're like, oh man, they're like doing a good job of making this character look powerful. So like I worry like how much more powerful can they make the character before like Yoda's gonna look like a bitch next to everybody. Well, and Yoda was one with the Force.
Yeah, I think. Well, the thing with Yoda is that I think like he was like right at, like in the golden age almost. You think right? Like it was, especially in the prequels, he was the guy, and then like he went into hiding. I
wonder how they're gonna deal with because they're gonna have to do something. He's gonna have to do something to show that he's super powerful.
Yeah,
and like I think that maybe Poe. Someone has to die in the next movie. So I think that maybe Poe is trying to fly away in his X-wing and he just grabs it and like pulls it back down.
Poe.
I like Poe a lot too, but like the mistake that you make with killing Han in the first movie is you blow your load.
Yeah.
Without killing Luke in the second movie, which I don't know. I mean, maybe.
I would.
But then you're really
Then you're really just
recycling material.
Your payload is high there. I mean, it's possible. I think that they're going to have to continue to kill off characters. I could see them maybe killing off Leia next movie.
I just don't think anybody would care.
No, but that's like a big strike against.
That's his mother. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's his sister.
No.
You're talking about Kylo, yeah. Kylo's mother, but it also is the general of the Resistance. So.
Yeah,
that could be something.
Yeah, Poe might not die. Someone has to die.
Somebody certainly is.
Chewie might. I mean, Chewie again without Han's mostly irrelevant.
Yeah,
Chewie's cool, but
I think that Chewie is probably going to make it through. If anything, to like the last movie.
I just wonder, like I said, killing Han first movie coming out strong because you're not like. It almost would have been better if they killed Luke. Han is like everybody's favorite character.
Yeah.
And you're killing everyone's favorite character in the first movie.
I think it was just because Ford was just like, get me out of here. Just I'll do it this one time. And
and it's like that old cop. They pull it out of retirement. He's like, I'm too old for this.
But that's one thing I did like is that he did not say that once in the movie. I'm not too old. He didn't mention his age at all. He was just still Han Solo, still a badass.
Yeah, I mean he's the same character. It's like it's like he was frozen in carbonite.
Maybe he was.
But that's where I think like that's my only thing is like I want now going forward. I wonder where are we going.
Yeah, it's all up to the writers over there.
Yeah, I'm not worried, but this is like a good movie. This is a lot to live up to now. Now JJ didn't fuck it up, so now whoever's next, if it's JJ again or if it's not JJ, I think it is JJ for the next movie. He played it very safe.
Yep.
A lot. Like I said, it's an interesting movie. But recap, Kylo's cool. I can't wait to see his character get developed further. Han, R.I.P.
Yeah. I like to see Rey and her progression, especially with Luke, training with Luke.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited to see Luke. It's ballsy he didn't have one word of dialogue, but it's cool because he didn't need it.
Yeah, and then it makes you amped to see the next movie.
Yeah.
So they did a good job with that.
Yeah, I thought like the ending was just a little weird.
It was, but I mean, it was
That's
powerful.
like actually, it's kind of like it's like a classic Star Wars ending. Actually,
Yeah.
I mean, Empire had the weirdest ending ever, and it was the best.
Yeah, I mean, it's powerful because one, you finally get to see Luke and like all this.
He's in all gray robes.
Yeah. So like, it's interesting the way they ended it.
Do you think Rey is his daughter?
That's a rumor going around. I mean, it certainly can be. It's almost when she touched his lightsaber, it was almost like when Luke foreshadowed. Yeah. When he did it too. So,
I'm interested to see how that, because she has to be someone, right? She's just not some random kid who had the Force with her.
I mean,
maybe she did. The Force is awakening.
I mean, another thing that one of our friends mentioned to me is that with finding out that Kylo or Ben went through and became left his training to go to the dark side, he probably wanted his possibly his own daughter and put her in seclusion. Like, didn't want her involved with it whatsoever.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, some people are saying that Rey is also Han Solo's daughter. I feel like they would have mentioned that.
That's what I mean. Like, if
I was like,
both the mother and the father saw her,
yeah,
she's a
great character. The scene where she pulls a lightsaber out of the snow.
Yeah.
And where Kylo's like, "That's my lightsaber," and then she pulls it out and grabs it. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, she's gonna be a cool character. I'm interested to see her story progression. Same with Luke and everybody else.
Yeah, I like the cast. I think they did a great job.
Yeah.
I just wish that it wasn't recycled material. I wish that we weren't going after another fucking Death Star, and it's bigger. And like Han makes the joke in the movie, like, well, how do we blow it up? There's always a way to blow it up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I thought that he was gonna be like, well, why don't we just find a hole?
Yeah, like
throw bombs
I think it would have been cooler if that base was there for the whole movie. Because you know what the fuck's gonna happen?
Yeah, I mean,
there's gonna be another one.
Yeah, I mean,
I swear to God, if I end up watching, oh dear, sorry, something just came up on my computer that's telling it's gonna shut down.
Oh no.
Oh, that's telling us to wrap it up. But if I have to watch another fucking Star Wars movie where they blow up a Death Star, I'm gonna kill somebody.
Please no. Make it something new. I mean, everything about this movie was great, up until the fact that it was recycled material.
Yeah, so that's my only grief. I would say high 8s, 8.5, 8.7.
Acting was great. Music was fantastic.
The music's awesome.
The camera was just, all the shots were incredible. CGI was awesome. There's so many good points.
The practical effects were even better.
Yeah, I mean, I love the fact that they did that.
So I watched 3 as we were going in.
Yeah, and then you go to this.
Some of those scenes were so hard to, like, the whole Mace Windu scene is fucking really hard to watch. Where he, like, Palpatine's like turning into the Tales from the Crypt guy. I'm like, oh god damn. Well, it is 3 o'clock in the morning and we have work in 3 hours.
Oh my god.
So we're gonna wrap this up. Make sure you guys go to nerdsonline.com. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Sean Twisters. Make sure you follow him on Twitter at Fred_Sully.
Yes, indeed.
And let us know if you guys like these videos. We kind of stayed up all night to be able to do this.
Indeed.
So if you guys don't like them, we'll never do it again.
And I kind of want to go through and I want to go see this movie again.
I want to see it again too.
Yeah, thinking maybe Sunday.
I definitely want to see it again. Yeah. There's just like, it's like one of those things where I was watching it and I was like, I did like this movie a lot.
Yeah, like I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'll say that.
The lightsaber fights are so cool. And like I said, every one of my favorite scenes was Kylo.
Yeah,
like I think my favorite scene in the movie might actually be the first scene where he comes out and fucking they kill the whole village.
It was a powerful scene.
That's a great scene.
Really powerful.
That's a great fucking scene.
But
anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, and the biggest, of course. If you guys like this shirt, go to my Twitter at Sean Twisters and click on the pinned link, and it'll bring you to the store to buy the shirt. This shirt is only on sale for another 5 days.
Yep.
So make sure you guys go with that.
Last day.
Christmas Eve, they're gone. And guess what? I don't think we're ever selling nerd shirts like this one again. I think we're switching up the logo again. So if you guys want to be one of there's only 30 in circulation now. If you guys want to go get this shirt, go to my Twitter or go to nerdsonline/store. Until next time. Is it /
I don't know.
Is it /? It's a slash.
It's a slash. Yeah.
I never know the difference. Until next time, may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you as well.
And if you like that video, make sure you guys don't subscribe, don't share, and don't like the video. In fact, just click off and leave.
You trying to use reverse psychology on the internet?